Whoa, how good morning. How's everybody doing today? Okay, nobody's on here, but I've got to cover this little article right here that I see in the paper. Okay, yesterday, we lost Ozzy Osbourne, I was going to give a tribute to him, but I read about this in the paper yesterday, Sunday. This was in the Sunday Oklahoman. So what we got here is an article by, K. John Lee. He's a guest columnist for the Daily Oklahoman. Okay, cool. Now, he gives his credentials here in the back. Let's see. Mr. Lee, he was recently boomerang. Hey, somebody's on here. Cool. 3, 2, 1. I'm live. I'm talking about pot and porn this morning. Okay, I got an article in the paper. K. John Lee wrote, and it's your turn. It should be entitled hey, Melissa, how are you doing this morning? It should be entitled In My Opinion, but whatever. So this entire video right here is in my opinion. Okay, so Mr. Lee, he's given his credentials right here. Okay, he, after 38 years living in Los Angeles, he recently boomeranged back to Oklahoma, his roots. He's a financial advisor and real estate investor, a former high school teacher, and a father of 2 young men. Now, all that's going to come relative here in just a little bit. Okay, so what he talks about is Mr. Lee, he's 63 years old. Okay, cool. And the first line in the deal is, he says, I'll confess that he smoked a little pot. Now, see, people get on me about saying weed or, cannabis or something like that. And pot. Because Lee's got a little bit of a prejudice against pot, it seems like. So he admits that in high school he smoked a little pot. And he also flipped through a Playboy magazine or two. Okay, to me, what does that admit right there, Mr. Lee? That admits to me that you succumb to, you call that? Well, my wife likes reading it. So he says that he succumbed to smoking some pot in high school. Okay, first thing about that, back then, he's 63, I'm 73, so I'm 10 years older than him. So he admits that he smoked some pot back in high school. Okay, that was a felony back then, and he admits to doing a felony. So I don't know whether he trafficked or anything like that. I know, Melissa, did he inhale? Mercy sakes. So he admitted to smoking some pot in high school. Okay, cool. Now, he broke some laws and stuff there, because smoking, and stuff. But this is setting him up, for his views on pot later on. Okay, he also admits that he flipped through a Playboy magazine or two, okay, as any red-blooded American boy would. Oh, really? Okay, how did you get that Playboy magazine, bud? See, you had to be 18 to buy those things back then. Okay, so someone stole it or you did a straw buy or something. So again, Mr. Lee admits he broke the law back then. See, I admit I'm a hoodlum. I'll tell you right now. But if you're going to throw yourself out in the paper and start calling my people out, but I will call you out right now. Okay, let's see. Now, this gets even better. Because, he's formed his opinion. And he said, but let's get one thing straight. What passed for pot and porn in his day in the 70s? Nothing like pot and porn in the weed today. See, the cannabis he tried was equivalent to Tang. Tang, if you've ever tried Tang, it's just orange drink. The powdered, he even says, the powdered orange, hey, what are you doing, McKenna? The powdered orange drink made famous. He says, today's marijuana is frozen, concentrated, turbocharged, and is 10 times more potent than anything he ever smoked. See, he says back in the 70s, he smoked stuff that was 2% THC. Okay, dude, you're smoking frickin' Reggie. Snap too, bud. See, this is straight out of Reefer Madness. 2%, he's doing a comparison. 2% THC is what he smoked back then. And now he's saying the dispensaries are selling marijuana pot. Hey, what are you doing, Jay? They're selling pot that is 18 to 30% THC. Again, It comes back to my testing. I call horse shit on that. But, you know, he's setting himself up as an expert. Okay, cool. Now, remember, back when marijuana was first, or cannabis was first, or pot, Mr. Lee, sorry, was first made illegal, the expert for the government said he took one puff and he turned into a bat. So he was trying. I know, yeah, he was just Reggie. You know, what can you say, Melissa? Okay, now he goes on. This isn't a mellow buzz anymore. This is a neurological hijack. It just rips your head off. Increasingly linked high-potency marijuana used among adolescents to smoking, anxiety, depression, and cognitive impairment, okay? You're talking about teenagers, dude. Yeah, I know, he had a bad deal. If he's smoking Reggie that's only 2% THC, dude, he's got a really bad, dealer, that's for sure. Okay. And he says, now he comes down to, now this was in the newspaper. Now he's setting himself up. Okay. I'm ready for a debate, bud. If you want a rebuttal, I'm ready for a debate. Let's go. Okay. And he says, now what is, let's be real. While marijuana is technically medically only in, Oklahoma. So for $50, so he's done his research. For $50, you can go online and get you a license to use. Okay, well, dude, you need to start referring people because it's a little more than $50. Okay, he says now he does come down here and qualify pot for some users. He comes down and he says pain and nausea for cancer patients, absolutely. Well, thank you, dude. I appreciate you. PTSD and veterans. Okay, I love this. God bless them. Now, okay, my fellow vets, don't you just get real sick? Gunny's right here. Don't you get real sick when people try to just patronize you? See, Mr. Lee thinks all of us veterans live in namby-pamby land and we're all curled up in the fetus position and we can't handle shit. Well, Mr. Lee, you need to know that those old veteran boys and girls, they're pretty rough old dudes and women. You know, they can handle a lot of shit, and they're handling their shit every day, okay? Okay, he says, God bless the veterans. Yeah, whatever. Hey, Mickey, what you doing? Sherry, what you doing? Okay, but a 19-year-old, your brain's not fully developed till you're 25. But Mr. Lee admits that he smoked marijuana, or pot, as he calls it, way before he was 25. He smoked it in high school. He should come to, hey, Anthony, what are you doing? He could come to peer pressure. Okay, now we're getting down to the internet porn. Okay, now, see, remember, Mr. Lee, he is a financial advisor, uses computer a lot. He's a teacher, uses computer a lot. And he's a real estate person, uses computer a lot. So he says that internet porn is just supercharged today. Okay, it's a little different today, dude. You got, hey, Jerry, what are you doing this morning, bud? Let's see, back in the day, he had sneak and peek at a Playboy. Again, he admits to breaking the law, but whatever. Tease the imagination. Nothing's interactive. Nothing's endless. Yeah, on the internet, everything's endless, dude. That's 24/7. You know, that's the thing about the internet. He says, now, today's pornography is entirely a different beast. It's on demand, a logarithm, driven, and duh. Now, this gets down to computers. Logarithm, driven. Customizable, it's not a magazine. Nope, it's rewiring the reward system of young men's brains before they even had a relationship. Okay, again, Mr. Lee, he was on the computer a lot. So, in my opinion, his children, he had 2 young boys, were probably on a computer a lot. So, hey, Sherry, keyboard warrior, that's what he is, ma'am. So, rather than taking his children camping and kayaking and fishing, you know, because he admits he moved to L.A. He moved from Oklahoma to L.A., Los Angeles. Now, there's a huge culture shock from Oklahoma. I don't know what town he lived in Oklahoma, but he moved to Los Angeles. Now, I've been to Los Angeles. There's a big difference. Now, that's how he formed his opinion on things. Hey, Ashley, how are you doing? Cool. Good morning. Now, he's going to start spouting, TD, good morning to you, bud. He's going to start spouting research here that early repeated exposure to online porn can lead to compulsive use. Well, anything can lead to compulsive use. Now, we've all been on the computer. I've been on the computer. We've been on our cell phones. what happens? It depends on what site you're in. You're going to get sex bots. Now, if you're a young person, 14, 15 years old or something like that, they don't know. They know squat. These sex bots send them pictures, hey, you're so hot, dude, and all this. Because I get them, good grief, Hey, Jerry, what's going on? So, yeah, he needs to do a little education there and work. I don't care if his boys don't like kayaking or fishing. Take them, do that. In Los Angeles, they got basketball deals. They got all kinds of stuff. The thing is, dude, you got to interact with your children. You can't be on the freaking, hey, Christy. Oh, love you too. You can't be on a computer all the time and tell your kids to get on the computer because, I admit to being a hooligan there, Lee, and, you're trying to straighten stuff out. Okay, young men access sex more than ever. Okay, now the thing is, see, he's a city boy. I'm sorry. I was raised a country boy. Now, these old boys, they want to view porn or stuff, do it, dude. Okay, I'll help you. I tell you what. Now, you've never learned anything on the farm, have you? So I'll take these old boys out. I wonder what he and Ronnie want to. Okay, I'll take these boys out for you. 15 years old is where I started doing this. Now, we had other jobs before that, but I'll take them out and we'll do some hay hauling. Now, we'll haul hay all day long with these boys. I'll pay them and stuff like that. And then at the end of the day, we'll take them to a club. Now, there's some clubs that you can get into that girls not wearing much and stuff like that, and they can eat a hamburger. Okay, we'll go in there, we'll eat a hamburger, we'll have a good time. We'll stay, because, you're going to haul hay from, dawn until dark. And we'll go in there and we'll stay from probably 9 o'clock to midnight, okay? Then we'll take them home and we'll let them sleep next morning. Next morning, bud, you're up at 6 o'clock hauling hay again. We'll have your happy ass out there all day long and you'll sweat that beer and shit out of you. The next day, same day, we'll take you back to that same club. Now, we'll do this for about a week or so. You'll get pretty sick of that shit, trust me. Okay, he talks about the feel-good chemical. Okay, he says, real life can't compete. School can't compete. Because when I was in high school, it was duller than shit, man. That's, when I was in high school, I was a C and D student because it was so dull. I got so in trouble. Hey, Summer, what are you doing? I got so in trouble for reading stuff that we were told not to read. I always jumped ahead and everything else is so boring, Now, when I got to college, I was on the dean's list every semester because it was interesting. I had very interesting teachers. Okay, he says, so boys, check out. Yeah, they smoke pot to relax, whatever. They watch to escape. Now, they become lethargic, less motivated. Okay, don't give them indica, dude. Give them sativa. Again, why are they smoking pot and in high school? I don't know. That's not my call, but whatever. They don't care. Okay, because it's chemically rewarding. Yeah, it is. Going fishing is also releasing that dopamine in your brain. It's chemically rewarding. So get them out. Rock climbing. There's all kinds of stuff they can do. Good grief, man. Okay, yeah, it's not about neuroscience accessibility. Full-blown. Okay, now he gets down here. Full-blown addiction to it. You're going to be fully blown addicted to your marijuana and your pornography. He says, so what do we do? I don't know. He doesn't know. Just he goes with the Nancy Reagan. Just say no. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Okay. Then he summarizes down here. Today's weed isn't the same. Okay, dude, you're right. I was much more impressed with the weed I smoked back in the day than the shit I'm smoking today, okay? I'm an old man. See, I'm 10 years older than you. Again, I'm calling you out. You're saying the stuff is so much more powerful and everything. I'm calling bullshit on that. Today's porn isn't the same. No shit. You got to study a little psychology, sociology, because whenever things advance and change, the mores and folkways of modern society also change a little bit too. Did you not notice that when you went to Los Angeles? I feel beautiful. Oh, you're so sweet. Let's see. And over time, both pot and your marijuana steal your identity. because, as you said, high school. I know high school was boring, wasn't it? Well, it was bullshit. Now, see, when Lee moved to Los Angeles, I guess he moved from a small town. Now, he formed his opinion on things because, remember, he sees pot and porn a lot. So he was in college, became a financial advisor. So I'm thinking he probably went to OU or something like that. Now, he sees, in my opinion, that's what you got to look at this and read this article. He sees porn almost everywhere. He's going to see it in your advertising on your billboards because your girls can't be wearing a bikini or nothing like that. Women, if you come in for financial advice from him, I'll love you too. If you come in for financial advice from him, in my opinion, he's going to be judging the outfit that you're wearing. I think that's bullshit. It sounds like all he wants you to wear is a burqa. If all you women wore a burqa, it would save him and his innocent young boys from lusting after you women. Back in the day, it was lime green or dark green. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, I know. I dig Sherry. Back in the day, it was an aphrodisiac or couch lock. Yeah, we had back in the day. See, I want that old giggle pot. I want that munchy pot. I'm going to say pot. I've been smoking it since 1970. I will call it anything I want. And something you need to know, the phrase a rose by any other name still smells as sweet. I think that's Shakespeare or some kind of shit. I don't know. But I want the munchy pot. I want the giggle pot. I like the sleeping pot. I like the waking up pot. See, I don't like just two and a hybrid. The hybrids don't do anything for me. I'd rather do my own mix. I'd rather take a indica and a hybrid and mix them together myself because that's what we used to do back in the day. We could do that back in the day because it was illegal. So we could take our stuff, buddy of mine come over, and we do what we call the deadly mix, and we throw it in a bong, and man, that stuff just rocked. So, Mr. Lee, if you want to do a rebuttal, I'm good to go. I've got another article over there. The Daily Oklahoman is doing a kind of a series on this pot or marijuana because we're coming up for doing a recreational bill, state question 837. We're going to start getting signatures August the 6th. So get ready. We're ready in 55 counties. Now they've changed how we can get signatures and stuff. So we need to get people in all 77 counties. I'm going to help just as much as I can. I'll be here, there, and everywhere, if I can. Now, I was talking to a buddy yesterday. My truck has finally died. It's got 200,000 miles on it. So it's finally died, and I'm having to work on transportation right now. But, we'll get her done. That's for sure. But all we got to do is work together. Okay? I love y'all. I'm off like a herd of turtles, and I'm going to keep doing other stuff because stuff like this, it irritates me. And what can you say? But I love Ozzy Osbourne. Rock on, dude. You were the best. I'll guarantee you. Love you. Okay, now I'm going to ask y'all to start sharing my videos if you like them. If you don't like them, you don't have to share them. But I'm restricted as usual on Facebook, and I can always share to like 2 or 3 groups. So if you just share this, I sure would appreciate it. But if you don't, like I said, if you don't want to, don't. I dig it. And I'm also going to start broadcasting on Munchie Pot. I know that, Melissa, there's some stuff that is just so good. You just smoking now. See, a lot of people have a weight problem. They're overweight. I'm not. I'm one of these people that's underweight, and I need that Munchie Pot because I'm never hungry. And, I just never finish a big, I don't eat a big meal. It's so much anymore. Me and my wife can split a meal. I eat and then I get to where, I'm almost nauseous. Okay, I didn't give you an update on my freaking heart. A bit of my heart. Okay. I got a good report. They did a ultrasound on my legs. That's what we've been working on lately, is my legs. My right leg, that we took 3 attempts to put a stent in. Now I've got, hey Janice, what are you doing? Now in my right leg, I've got 90% circulation. And in my left leg, I've got 88% circulation. So far we've done my neck, we've done my heart, and we've done my legs. Hey Janice. So now I'm having problems with my hands. I hate to say anything anymore because they go, oh, we need to check that out. So they're going to do an MRI on my arms and stuff. Now, I went in the other day and talked to the doctor, you know, and I asked him, I said, you know, this is for my heart, people. Hey, Karen, I asked the doctor, I said, dude, I said, I'm nauseous all the time. I said, you know, I'm just getting kind of old. He goes, well, that's just one of those deals, you know, your medicine, some of them, you know, you got to eat with them, you know, and it's just a side effect. I said, okay, cool, I understand. I said, man, I've got a low-grade headache all the time, too. And he said, well, how bad is it? And I said, well, it's about a 3 continuously. He goes, well, that's another side effect of your medicine. He says, you know, low-grade headache. Hey, Mike, what are you doing? Low-grade headache. He says, as long as you can take care of it with Tylenol. You know, I don't take aspirin. I take an 82 milligram aspirin at night. And Tylenol, he says, we can, you know, we can tolerate it. I said, okay, cool. I said, what about my shortness of breath? And he goes, oh, hell, that's your heart. So I'm working on that. Again, you know I've got a Widowmaker. They called to set up, they called to set up the MRIs on my shoulders and arms. And she said, we can get you in this month at a hospital in Midwest City or next month at the hospital on Center Road. I said, you know what? I've been coming to the place on Center Road so much. I just soon come there. You know, I know the people and stuff. You know, I know the drill. I said, look, ma'am, I've got a Widowmaker heart. I said, a month, 2, 3 weeks is not really going to make that much difference to me. And she goes, you know what? I like your attitude. She goes, we'll get you in here. I said, cool. I like you too. So that's it. We keep going. We keep doing what we can do. Okay, I'm going to help you register to vote. I'm going to work on State Question 837 just as much as I can. I'm going to be out and about as much as I can too. So, okay, I want you to know I'm going to be doing different videos on different things. So, keep watching. I hope. Okay, love you. I got to roll a joint. You know how it is. Off like her turtles. Ping out.